We're gonna have to keep an eye on these guys, or else they're gonna start forming unions. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Inventing Room video. Today it's been a while since I last did any recording. I figured that I don't have the time to do any substantial videos right now, but I did want to get a video out because of how long it's been. And so I've been playing around with some science and whatnot to do with villagers and right-click detection. As any good map maker will know, we love our right-click detection, you know, our detecting whether or not the player is activating something or what have you. We love having our own custom right-click detection. And as some of you may know, I'm a strong advocate for villagers. Villagers may hold the key to right-click detection, short of Mojang actually giving us proper right-click detection. Please? So over here I have this clock that if I run will turn all of my villagers invisible. It makes them mute, it makes them invisible and dumb as well. They lose all their AI. So if I place some new villagers, we'll just hear their villager sounds as they spawn in, but that's all. And if I right click, it plays a sound and it gets rid of the villager and the particles for it. How I set this up is quite simple, and that's actually one of the things I like about this system. Over here I just have a clock which is giving them the effect. This is for test purposes. I can obviously give the villagers I spawn in invisibility via the MBT, but I decided to give them this effect because if I want to test something, I can just do that and test it like that. Let's get rid of him. Just that simple. Love it. Over here I have an entity data which is doing most of the things. I'm changing their offers, so it has an empty offers tag, and then no AI and silent. So they don't pester you, they don't move around, and their offers are empty, which means you don't open up a window when you right-click them. Over here I am executing at a player with a score of talkVill, and that's really what comes into play. The talkVillager command is using a scoreboard which detects and goes up by 1 every time you talk to a villager. So if I come over here, every time I'm right-clicking, I'm actually right-clicking to talk. That's a bit strange. That guy had NBT still. Very strange. That guy should have had that removed. Anyway, and over here I'm just detecting when that scoreboard changes, and I'm playing a note sound. I'm removing the score, and I think oh, that's the fireworks. I think I missed. Yeah, here we go. Over here, excuse me for my coughing. I'm teleporting them down out of the world. So yes, it's a nifty piece of kit, this, but there are some problems which I wanted to look into to see how they would affect the use of these as right-click detection in maps. I wanted to know how they would form villages with no AI and general sciencey type stuff. I wanted to figure out, like, would they spawn golems? Because if you had a map where you were using lots of sort of other mobs and what have you, golems do enjoy killing those kinds of things, so it might mess up the map that you're creating. So I've done some tests with villages. So this is our sort of village here. It's not much, it's just a bunch of doors, but these I have tested it, and these do constitute a village. You can test this yourself. I was using NBT Explorer to create all of my findings, and I tested multiple times. Could be that some science is not entirely accurate on how it works, but it seems to me that it does work this way. So if I place some villagers in here, these villagers are going to recognize these doors, and I have just formed a village. And if we have a certain number of villagers in here, let's throw in a few more, after a certain period of time, we should see that a golem will spawn probably somewhere up here somewhere. we'll see that a golem spawns. In fact, actually, I could wait, and oh no, I don't need to wait. That was quick. Yes, this guy's spawned, and we wouldn't want that in our map. So I did testing, and turns out that if you have doors available, but if I just do that and remove all of their AI, if you have all dumb villagers and no village, so technically this still counts as a village, because there were smart villagers here, and the smart village recognized the village, they created a village which included these doors, and it will stay like that. If I remove all of these doors and replace them, I'm not actually going to remove all these doors on camera, but if I removed all of these doors, it would remove the village. You know, and if I replaced all the doors, these villagers won't let the game create a new village, because these villagers don't have any AI, and I think that for some reason that actually calculates into it. But the moment I place a smart villager down, it's going to recognize the doors and create a village, and these villagers will be recognized as actual villagers in the village. So all you need is one smart villager to start a village, sort of town mayor or something, and then it will start doing pesky things like spawning iron golems. Again, if I already have smart villagers around, and there's already a thing, there's already a village, it doesn't matter if I make them dumb, because the village is already sort of founded, and at that point, you know, iron golems can spawn. So that can be a potential problem in designing it. It means you have to be careful with where you put your doors, or you have to make sure that you don't put down any smart villagers in your map if you use doors. It can be a problem if you're trying to use this as right-click detection and you have villagers in your map and you don't want golems. It might be smart just to put down a command block which automatically kills iron golems, because you can get them showing up if you don't neuter your villagers of their minds. So yeah, you know, I just wanted to play around with the right-click detection, see what sort of possible. You can use doors actually with them. Actually, I prefer using fences. If we start up the right-click detection machine, if I place a villager in this block, it's actually very difficult for me to open this without right-clicking the villager. So if I had two villagers either side here, it would take up the whole block, and I wouldn't be able to actually open this door without talking to the villager first. So I could use that to act as some kind of second activation for something, maybe. But yeah, this is probably my favorite right-click detection. I know that other people have been using armor stands and removing an item from them. This seems to be a lot quicker to sort of set up and run. I have the way that I'm doing this is kind of sloppy for a detection point of view. It will remove the closest one to me. So if I stand here but right-click on this villager, yeah, see, weird things actually end up happening. I was actually trying to demonstrate it removing. Yeah, there you go. It removed that one and not the one I right-clicked on. So I have it set up weird, but there are ways to set this up, and it is very easy to set up and very effective, I find, at right-click detection. So that's pretty much my my findings. Now I have this golem fellow in my world that I need to remove. I am working on projects and other videos. I've been a bit out of routine. As some of you might know, I have a sort of sleeping disorder, and occasionally it takes me out, and since New Year's Day it has been affecting my life quite heavily, so I haven't been able to make any New Year's videos or what have you. So that's also, you know, it directly affects me, because I like reading comments from you guys, and I like putting out videos, but you know, you get into a funk and it's difficult to get out. But I am trying. Hopefully soon you'll be seeing much more content on the channel. I've got all sorts of little projects I'm working on that should see the light of day soon enough. So, until next time everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.